Tighten up, touchdown, Titans. That's right. We're going to Music City. That's right. Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, that is. Titans get a new stadium soon, I believe in 2027. So where they're currently playing won't be there much longer. We know the Bills also are in the last year of their stadium deal, new stadium for them next season. We're less than 4 months away from this season. God's favorite host is here in every season, as well as the Flex Zone, breaking down all 32 teams. We're going to the South, the AFC South, with the Tennessee Titans and number one overall pick, Cam Ward. He was the guy at number one, and will he be able to level up and help the Titans up the ladder in the AFC South? You see what I did there? Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Let's get to the Titans for 2025. Who's the best team, or really second best team in the AFC South? Because we know who the best team is. I don't think that's going to change this season. The Titans. They draft Cam Ward. They have Brian Callahan in year two. We know the Will Levis experiment failed. They didn't bring back Ryan Tannehill. They got Cam Ward. He's the quarterback. He will be the guy from day one, I believe, and we will see how good he is. Who does he compare to? We've heard Jordan Love. We've heard Bo Nix. Those are things that can be said about him so far in his comparables. When we look at quarterbacks that he does compare to, is he that type of athletic, big quarterback that can maybe run a little bit as well? Like a Jaden Daniels did last year, more girth on him, obviously, maybe like a CJ Stroud. So I think Cam Ward is going to be an intriguing guy to watch this season in the NFL, probably right at the top of the list, because he is going to be someone that I think can be the difference between the Titans winning 6 games, 7 games, or them losing 6 or 7 in a row and only winning 4 or 5 games. They were number one pick this year. They were not very good offensively. Now, the question that really sucked, which a lot of people didn't know with now from the Ravens came Mr. Wilson, Denard Wilson, the defensive backs coach, defensive coordinator down in Tennessee. They had the number one defense. They just played from behind a lot because the offense couldn't give them anything and the defense was on the field a lot. But Cam Ward, I'm intrigued to see what he can be. Like I said, compares to maybe like Jordan Love. He may be more athletic than Jordan Love, but we'll see. I like the Jordan Love kind of comparison, maybe even that Bo Nix type that we seen last year. The athleticism, the ability with the strong arm, throwing on the run, being able to do the RPO thing. I think he, honestly speaking, and obviously Bo Nix went to a better situation, better offensive minded coach, better talent around him. I think Cam Ward, just pure talent, pure ability, because they both kind of played a lot of years. I think Cam Ward is slightly better than Bo Nix. Now, Bo Nix has done it in the NFL. Obviously, going to the right situation, we'll see about Cam Ward. You're bringing Tony Pollard after letting Derrick Henry leave, Tajay Spears. They're going to rock with those two. Not a bad thing there. Calvin Ridley's there. Van Jefferson, Tyler Lockett from the Seattle Seahawks comes down to Tennessee. How much does he have left in the tank? Remember, they lost Enike Westbrook-Hine to the Dolphins. Treylon Burks, we don't know what that's going to turn into. He seems like a bust at this point. They traded AJ Brown. This is what they got for him. Bunch of nothing. Chick Okonkwo, our boy out of Maryland, the Turk, one of the emerging tight ends in the league. If you're in a fantasy league, if you're in a daily fantasy, if you're into betting and you want to put some props down on Okonkwo Chiggy from the Terps, the tight end, he could have 700-800 yards this year, because I think a good tight end is paramount for a young quarterback, along with the offensive line and a good running game. But that safety valve on third down in the red zone, when you need a play, you can go to the tight end. I really like what they did there. Dan Moore Jr., Peter Skoronski, good pick. Leonard Crashberry, Kevin Zeitler from the Ravens, and J.C. Latham. So J.C. Latham, Kevin Zeitler, Dan Moore Jr., Peter Skoronski, they took him this year. So they got a decent line. It's getting there. It's a young, developing line. Obviously, Kevin Zeitler isn't young, but they have some young guys who are rising maybe into Pro Bowl caliber, fringe Pro Bowl players on the O-line, because they used to have a really, really good O-line back with the Jack Conklin days and those. But Peter Skoronski, that is going to be a big-time pick, I think, for them. He's going to come in and play well. Like I said, we'll see what the rest of the line can be. But it seems like they have some young guys that can maybe develop and be good enough. They don't have to be great for Cam Ward, but good enough to keep him on his feet enough. Defensively, one of the best defenses last year. Jeffrey Simmons is fantastic. Cody Barton, Arden Keys there. L'Jarius Sneed came over from Kansas City last year. Amani Hooker, Xavier Woods, a very underrated safety for years in Carolina, did a hell of a job. Roger McCreary. So the defense still has a lot of pieces. Hooker and Woods on the back end is really, really good with Snead. So they got a really, really good secondary. Obviously, Denard Wilson going down there helps out with that as well. And the question for them is Jeffrey Simmons can stay healthy. Do they have another pass rusher outside of him? I don't know, but we'll see. I think there's a lot of potential there with this defense still to be maybe a top 10 defense. They're going to keep them in games. Now, the question is, can the offense not turn the ball over, which Will Levis did a lot, and help them win games? Let's get to the schedule. We're almost about 6 minutes in. I didn't even get to the schedule. I like some of the Titans here. I do. I'm not going to lie. I like some of the upside because if Cam Ward can continue to develop, I think he has the potential to have the mix, maybe to win, like I said, 7 or 8 games. Because defensively, they're going to be in a lot of games, more games than people think, because the defense is a lot better than a lot of people who casually don't watch football and know about the Titans unless you follow them. They have a really, really good, like I said, secondary is good. Their secondary, they can man up. They got guys who can place in the field, guys who can come down in the box, help with the run. They just need another pass rusher outside of Jeffrey Simmons. If that guy is on this roster, I don't know. I don't know if he is. I don't know if they drafted someone, but if they can maybe go get, not saying they will or it would happen, but they may have the resources, the draft capital, and the financials on the cap with a rookie quarterback to go get a Trey Hendrickson, maybe. You know what I mean? Just somebody that can help offset what Jeffrey Simmons does in the run and the pass because the defensive secondary is good. September 7th, they open on the road. That is a tough matchup for a rookie quarterback on the road to go to Denver, the altitude, 5,280 against a really good defense, a well-coached team. Denver coming off a playoff appearance, looking to get back. That could get ugly, but we'll see how good Cam Ward is week 1. So I'm going to say a loss. Then they play the Chargers. I think that is going Rams, LA Rams. I'm the LA teams. I get the logos mixed up sometimes because it's the same damn color almost. But I'm gonna go 0-2. Then they play the Colts at home. I think they get that win to get to 1-2. Then they go to Houston, another tough test. So really, the first 2 weeks for Cam Ward, Denver defense, which is really good, a Rams defense with Fisk and Verse and those boys, another good defense that can get after you. So that's why I got an 0-2 start. They beat the Colts. I think the Colts are going to suck. We'll get to them 1-2. Then go to Houston, another tough game, another tough defense in your division. I'm gonna say 1-3. Then from there, I'm going to say at Arizona 1-4, at Vegas 1-5. Do you beat New England maybe at home, get to 2-5? That's going to be a tough defense, Mike Vrabel. Then you go to Houston. Can you win that? Get to 3-5. Then you do play the other Los Angeles team, the Chargers, 3-6. Then maybe does that lead to the bye week at 3-6? Then you get Houston 3-7, 3-8. Do they beat Jacksonville? Get to 4-8. They go to Cleveland. Do they lose that? 4-9, 4-10, 4-11 against Kansas City. Do they beat New Orleans? 5-11 at Jacksonville. 5-12. Ugh, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Titans fans. Titan Nation, tighten up. The wonderful people out in Tennessee and the surrounding areas, Nashville, and so on, Memphis. But I don't see more than maybe 5 wins. Now that I think about it, is it going to be a situation where because Denver lost, Rams, they host them, and that is a 1 p.m. game. Could they maybe win this game and shock some people? I'll say they win. I'll say 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 3-4, 4-4, 4-5, a week 10 bye, 4-6, 4-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-9, 5-10, 6-6 and 10, 6-11, so maybe 6 wins. I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna bump him up to 6. I believe in Cam Ward's potential to. I know he's not gonna be lighting the world on fire, maybe to a lot, but I think he can play winning football. If he can just not turn the ball over at the rate they did last year, the defense is going to have them within 3 to 7 points, probably differential. You know what I mean? They're not gonna be down 14, 20 points like a lot of bad teams. So they could maybe win more games than people think. So I'm gonna give them with the defense they have, they can give them 2 or 3. Then I think Cam Ward is good for another 3. I'm gonna say 6 wins. I'm gonna say 6-11 for the Titans. They got a little tough gauntlet to start out: Denver, LA, Houston, Arizona, Vegas, New England. They got a tough first 9 weeks now. If they can stay with 3 or 4 wins, they may be on to something. So I'm gonna go 6 wins, 11 losses for the Titans. I think that's where they're gonna be. I think that's what their kind of ceiling is. Maybe 7 if we want to be technical, but I'm gonna say 6 because the defense is really, really underrated. Top 10, maybe even top 5 caliber. Do they take a step back? Maybe, but rookie quarterback. Offensively, like I said, they can run the ball. I think effectively, and Tony Pollard can catch it. But what does Calvin really have left in the tank? What does Tyler Lockett have left in the tank? We know what Treylon Burks is, nothing really, and you pretty much got a tight end. So you got a good running game and you got a good tight end. So there are going to be a lot of catches to both Chiggy Okonkwo and maybe Tyler Lockett does have one more good year left in the way. You got James Prochet, Van Jefferson is there, so it's not a great collection of talent, but it's emerging. They got some young guys they're going to try to bring in with Cam Ward, I'm sure, as they develop. But I think 6 wins. I'm gonna say 6 wins for the Titans. Stay tuned. We're breaking down each team. God's favorite host. Let me know your thoughts on this season upcoming for the Titans. Any team you want me to cover, I promise it's on the way. We're almost at the end. Hit the like button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell. Let me know your thoughts on the Titans and what you're looking forward to seeing this upcoming season. We'll see you with more here on the channel.